Yo, what's going on, everyone? Sango from Sango Gaming here, and today I got a gameplay breakdown video that'll hopefully get you guys better at playing Warzone, make you feel more comfortable rotating around the map, positioning yourselves correctly, yada yada, all that. So the key highlight of today's video is definitely going to be positioning. How to position yourself correctly, how to put yourself in advantageous spots that'll give you the upper hand over anyone else trying to push you to your position. So in this gameplay today, it was pretty crazy. There was a lot of dying, a lot of buying back. It was a pretty hectic game overall. So the main focus of it is not going to be so much rotating around the map, because we didn't necessarily really rotate around the map. But what we did do in the final circle is play it very, very well and position ourselves correctly so that we were able to absolutely destroy the last remaining teams in the game. And I'll explain that to you guys once we get to that area, and hopefully you guys will see how I position myself and how my team positions ourselves, and you can use that and think consciously the next time you're in that kind of situation. So if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel yet, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, and also hit that bell for notifications, because any little bit of support really helps, man. We've been trying to grow the channel from 2020 into 2021. Hopefully we can grow a lot more in 2021, and I just want to thank you guys so much for always watching. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so where I'm going to start today's video is basically when we get our loadout. This is where normally the game starts, once you get your loadout, and so that's where we're going to start today. I was thinking about just playing the end circle for you guys to show you exactly how we played it and what positions we took and all that stuff, but there were some good plays that we made within the game itself, and I kind of want to show that to you guys so you have a better understanding of if you're put in that situation that I was. Maybe you can think about this video and the actions that we took in order to win the gunfight, and then you can do the same. So that's the reason I'm just going to play the whole game for you guys. It won't be everything. I'll skip around to the important parts, but the key points I will definitely show you guys and break it down for you.
You have no armor? Because you have a satchel from what I saw.
My satchel has 3 armors in it. That's funny.
Well.
It's okay.
Alright,
I'll survive.
Fuck.
I'll figure it out.
Fuck, I'm gonna throw this away.
Right, just gave you guys money.
Here you go.
So normally how we like to go around the map and run rotations, I guess you could say, is to bounty UAV. Bounty UAV. Well, whichever one we have at our disposal, whether we have enough money for a bounty or we have enough money for a UAV, either one, we'll go with whichever one is easiest for us to grab. So in this case, we were able to pick up a UAV very easily. My teammate Matt had a bunch of money. The moment that we popped it, however, we saw that there was a team really close to us. And I'm just going to make a note real quick here. If you have a team that's holed up in a building like this, which 9 times out of 10, that's how most people will play, you want to get a better angle on that house. Hold that house, and when you guys deem it necessary or there's an opening to push that house, you guys want to do so. Whether you down someone or you down 2 people or you guys have grenades or a rocket launcher, C4, whatever the case is. If you guys have utility and are able to push a house, definitely do so. But always do it when you have an opening, if that makes sense. So here I'm going to push the police station because that has a better position on this house. It's higher, there's cover, you're able to recover or pick up your teammates if they go down. So I get my teammates here safely, I land in the back, and then we get precision airstrike. Just note that when there's a precision airstrike and you're in a building, do not stand close to the window, because that happens. And that will happen every single time. So I got downed. The guys that are in the house right now just got the notification that they got 2 down. So they're definitely going to hard push us, and rightfully so. You definitely should do that if you're put in that situation. Now here, this guy right here is very out of place on that team. I think they poorly executed pushing in this building and trying to kill us, and therefore they all died, because we were able to pick them off one by one. You're going to see in a second. I downed this guy. Easy kill. Easy kill. Killed one. I popped my daddy so I can run around more freely. I had a feeling someone was pushing from behind, and I was right, but he ran up the stairs or the ladder a little bit earlier than before I got there.
They're really bad.
So my teammates were able to kill him very
Another team,
easily.
another team coming.
One guy down killed my teammate, but he kind of pinged where he was, so I knew where kind of in the general area about where he would be, and I was able to kill him too.
Two more downstairs.
So we basically wiped the team 3-1, so we came out of that fight successful.
Next to the armor.
The other guy kind of ran away, and he's gonna pop up a little later. But we cleared the house, which was really, really, really good on our part.
Ghost one,
We played that really well, and we won. So if you're pushing a house like this, make sure you coordinate it with your team. Don't get caught out by yourself. Always try to take 1v1s. Don't try to take like 1v2s or 1v3s. Always put yourself in a position where you can hopefully push for a 1v1. That's what you want, ideally. So here as I'm pushing my ghost loadout here, two of my teammates go down because the guy that ran away hid in here, and then his teammate also followed, so I guess he came back from the gulag. So they killed two of my teammates. Rob downs one of them, and there's only one more left. So me and him pushed this together. You know, two's better than one. It was a very, very well executed push. Easy kill. Too bad two of my teammates died, but I always have faith that they're going to come back from the gulag. So right here, we're rotating into the circle, or deeper in the circle. I grab the car, and I spot this guy on the right. And you're going to see here I make a very, very fatal mistake that costed me my life, essentially. So if you look here, okay? If you look at this angle, normally when you're doing car play, or when you're practicing jumping out of cars and killing people, the goal is for them to follow the car, and then you jump out as they're following the car, and then you're able to kill them on their blind side because they're not expecting you to jump out most of the time. However, if you look at the angle that I'm in right now, he's already staring at me at my car. And even if I were to jump out and he were to follow the car still, him following the car is still in the direction of which I jumped out at. So regardless of whether he's expecting me to jump out or not, he's going to see me jump out easily. And that's the mistake that I made. Instead, what I should have done and what you should do is if he's already looking at you and you have a bad angle like this where you're not running horizontal to the player, you're running perpendicular to them, then you should just drive around some more. Try to find a better angle on him because there's honestly no rush in killing him most of the time. And you're also going to see too that he had a teammate. So I was kind of in a bad position here, and I put myself in this position. So next time, if you're put in this kind of situation, make sure that you play patiently, and you're gonna see why it was definitely consequences were taken. Granted, I missed some shots too. I mean, it wasn't a perfect jump out, but I definitely could have played that a lot better. I've also heard a lot of people saying that the new gulag is hard. They don't know how to play it. That car in the corner is OP. But to be honest with you, it's not that bad. And I probably will make another video on it explaining how exactly to rotate in the gulag to give you the highest chance of winning. And once you guys get that into practice, the gulag becomes a lot more easier.
Johnny, where you at? Top of the
I'm in the cubby in blue.
Okay, so we're back. We're dropping in. I want to drop on my teammates. I want to drop on my stuff, but as you can see, that car is still there kind of driving around. They're still hovering around my stuff, so I decided to drop on Gianni instead. Is there shit on you, Johnny? I'm gonna come grab whatever you just killed that guy with. Because he did kill someone, so I wanted his stuff. But then Johnny says that there's someone in his building, and so I figured that he and I could probably sandwich them from top and bottom and easily get a kill. I was able to get a FAR, which is probably the best gun I could have gotten. I hear the res, so I book it up there as fast as possible because one is weak. Johnny's engaging. I take this guy out who was just res. Easy wipe.
Yeah, come to me.
But Johnny's watching the stairs right now, so he says to come. But the guy hid in the bathroom, and you're going to see I'm about to get beamed by him in there. Luckily, I survived. I run away, and then Johnny's able to kill him as he's shooting me, which was very, very good. I start picking up stuff here again, trying to get some loot and stuff. And then another guy comes, and I run. Now, at this situation, we did a very good thing. We did a switch and bait. And what a switch and bait is where one person who's almost dead, hence me, runs away around the corner. the guy who shot me thinks I'm almost dead, so he's gonna hard push that. However, little does he know is that I have a second teammate that's gonna come around the corner full health, and you're gonna see he's gonna be able to get the kill very easily. And just like that, easy wipe. Also, I want to make a quick note that if you take pride in building your own loadouts and stuff like that, I mean, I'm all for it. That's cool. But there are guides to get you in the general ballpark of what's good or not, and then you can kind of customize it from there, which is what I would recommend if you don't want to use what everyone else is using. But stuff like this SPR is built so poorly. The ADS speed on it is so slow. Like, I could not play with this thing. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather just use the Odin.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
You know what? At this point, I don't even want this. I'd rather have the Odin.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean,
We saw that there was a cluster strike coming from this area here, right in this area by bank, a little bit behind bank. So we know that there's a team there for sure. Keep that in mind because those guys end up pushing us a little later. I jumped down because I thought Johnny said he heard someone, but then there was no one here, so I just end up going back to where I was originally, which was on the roof.
Are you below me? Kubo?
I'm below you now.
Yeah, Kubo's
Jumped
Kubo's
off.
well, yeah. Team there.
Fuck did he
Right
go?
there, that's
Matt makes a really good play here. He says there's an armor box, which kind of saves me and Johnny because we don't really have any armor. On top of that too, there's a nicely built Grau down there. So Grau and a Mac 10 is literally S tier loadout, which was perfect timing.
Oh my god, thank god.
You're
Thank
welcome.
god, a better gun.
After this, we go and take roof again. Roof is the biggest power point on this map right now. As you can see where we are, the blue building is a very, very huge power point. And before we go into this gunfight, let me just break this down real quick. Looking at the circle and how it is, anyone in this area, in this little city over here, has to come out. They have to move out because the gas is going to push them in. So the best way to gatekeep areas in general is to just stay on height and to hold an angle on the area that the gas is coming in from. So we saw that, and we took the roof of blue, only because from where we rotated out of back here, we know that there's maybe one team where I died, which was like somewhere down here if we're looking at the map. And there probably isn't anyone around this area because they would have shot at Gianni a lot earlier. So that being said, we know that this blue building here is generally safe for the most part, except for anything that's in the front. And we can obviously handle that when the time comes. So I'm able to watch this, and I see that these two are engaging. So we know that there's two teams, and he wipes one of them, this guy here, and I kind of help him with that. I was trying to steal the kill.
Oh, third party.
So he gets those guys, and so now we know that there's at least one team in here. So me and Johnny are going to hold this really well. I'm watching this area in front of the yellow building. There's a high chance that they're going to rotate into the circle through here. So I'm watching this area here, right in front of the yellow house, just in case they rotate through this way. And there's a high chance that they probably will. While Gianni's going to go and he's going to watch this area right below the blue building in case they rotate to the left of us. And that way we have this entire area covered. I'm also trying to stay hidden from anything on my right side because any sniper could easily just shoot me and him at the same time, and that would not be good. So I'm trying to stay hidden while being able to watch this area at the same time. And you got to always think about those kind of things. You know, what kind of angles can someone shoot me at that I'm not paying attention to or not aware of? And therefore, you can kind of make small adjustments to how you're positioning yourself when you're trying to hold someone gatekeeping, while you're gatekeeping. So Johnny says team on green. Perfect. We know that there's a team still back there behind us. So he's going to try and hide on this side of the building, not the other side of the building where the team on green can see him easily.
It takes like 8 seconds to, like,
I'm just walking around making sure I don't see anyone else trying to push us. And then we hold these guys as the circle comes in.
Watch that side, but watch your back.
What we did here was good. What we did here was we were able to crossfire each person running through at the same time. We didn't communicate it, and I think it was just because we've been playing with together for so long that we kind of have that kind of chemistry, and so goes with everyone on the team. But normally you would want to communicate this like, oh hey, shoot this guy. This guy's coming out. Shoot this guy. I see Johnny shooting this guy. I'm watching for him.
Now he's stuck.
Yeah. They got pushed back.
I see this guy. Johnny shoot that guy. I shoot him.
He's done.
I'm shooting that guy. Johnny shooting that guy. He goes down. We're shooting this guy. So we're shooting everyone together at the same time, which is really, really good. You always want to try and crossfire when you can.
He's done.
Yeah, he's fucking dead.
Nice.
Boys.
My aim was a little off, but
I need ammo.
I'm a little rusty at the game. I haven't been playing as much as I used to, though. So give me a break here, guys. I don't have any ammo here, so I really need to push these guys' bodies in order to get some ammo.
Johnny, I'm gonna run down there and get the shit. Yeah.
And if they had anything else like clusters or anything that could help us, I wanted to collect as well. But
I need this shit. That's why.
the guy closest to me that I wanted only had ammo, so I ran in there and just grabbed it.
What am I grabbing? I don't know what I'm grabbing.
Ammo.
He also had money,
Yeah.
which was really good. And Matt's going to tell me later on that he wants a buyback, which was perfect timing. There's a lot of loot on the ground. There's a lot of dead people. He could easily pick up someone else's loadout and then be another asset to our team as well. Even if it were to give away my position, another extra body is better than nobody. So I made the decision to go and buy him back.
There's someone next to me.
So from here, Johnny made a really good play while I was doing that. See how he's pushed up into red already. This, if you look at the map at the top left, red is the highest point on the map right now. And don't forget that when you're playing Warzone, height is king. So anytime you're in an area and you're fighting someone, always try to get the highest ground possible. Because having the highest ground, it's so much easier to shoot down at people than for people to shoot up at you. And you can take cover way quicker than they can take cover depending on where they are. So height is always king. Always make sure you put the highest point. And if you're looking at the map, you always have to be wary of where you are. Red's the highest point. So Gianni took the highest point on the map, which was very, very good. A very, very key part of why we won was because he pushed this big red building. He was able to clear it out himself and hold the high ground while we were rotating into this final circle here.
Nice,
There's a
nice.
bunch of shit. There's a bunch of shit, man.
Nice,
Just
nice.
Fucking land big blue if anything and check. Nah, maybe not.
So I see that guy. I know he's up there. Johnny's already pushing him. And I had confidence that Johnny was going to be able to wipe this guy, which he does.
I'm dead.
So I push into this green building. And the reason I push into this green building is because looking at the circle, this green building's roof is the second highest point in the final circle. So we have control of both the highest and the second highest point. And not only does that give us the height advantage, but that also gives us different angle advantage. So we're able to check each other's angles a lot easier than if we're to all hold one building too, you know? So that's why you always want to try spread out as much as you can, but don't go too far away to where your teammates can't help you. You know, stay close together, but also spread out.
Team on me.
Right here, I hear them pushing in. I hear them pushing into this building. I hear a team. I'm pretty confident in my ability to kill this team. And the reason being is because a lot of people just run into buildings and they don't check their angles properly. Especially when it comes down to this final circle here, you gotta expect people to be holding buildings, holding stairways, any of those kind of things. Your players are gonna be doing it all the time. I know that they're probably not gonna check their angle. So if there's a team of 3, I'm gonna be able to kill at least one guy, down at least one guy. And then from there, I gotta kind of figure out how to play the situation. But you're gonna see as they peek this bottom left corner or bottom right corner here, they're not even looking up the stairs. If you're putting a building that has stairs on it, you always want to be looking up at the stairs. There's a room here, but you can check that room once you clear this stairway first. That's kind of how you got to clear your angles first. So you're going to see them run around to my bottom right here. And you see how he's crouching? Look at where they're looking. This guy's looking at this dude's ass, and this guy's like literally looking at the ground. So they don't even know what in the world is going on. And that's what made this so easy to do. I downed that guy super fast. Switch my gun. And then down that guy. And it was an easy wipe. Easy wipe. Because most people won't check their angles. Use that to your advantage when you're holding buildings especially. I'm not encouraging camping. But in final circles, you got to play how you got to play. Sweaty or no sweaty if you want to win. So that was a very good wipe that I did. That gave Matt a lot of options to choose from for loot. He was able to get a full-on loadout, satchel, guns, gas mask. He got the whole shebang. Ammo, he had everything, which is really good. I'm clearing this back here, just making sure no one's pushing up against us. But now I can clearly say that there is no one that's going to be behind us pushing me and Matt. So all we got to worry about is people in front of us.
Are you on red?
Yeah, I'm red.
So I realized Gianni's on red now. I didn't even know this whole time. And then that's when I realized that he cannot give up that position no matter what. That's the
Don't
best
give up
spot
that
right now.
spot. You cannot.
So we know no one's going to be coming from behind us. If anything, someone might pop out from like our back left. But process of elimination, they would have probably fought that other team that I just wiped if there was someone there. So I'm thinking there's no one there. Gianni is totally safe from his blind side, which is this entire area in front of this red building here that we're in. And that means that the final team, which is a team of 3, is going to be pushing from the other side of the red building, which is over here, which was that team that Gianni pinged earlier on blue. When we were in there, he said there's a team there. So that's the team that we have to worry about. I know Gianni's safe on his blind side here. No one's going to be shooting him from this front side. So I tell him to hold right here. This little spot, this little triangle right here that you can see, I told him to hold right here. And the reason I told him to hold there is because, one, like I said, no one's going to shoot him from his blind side. 2, he's going to be able to hear everything from this side of the stairs and this side of the stairs, right? Both sides of this building. He's going to be able to hear people running up. He's going to have cover, which is good. No one can throw grenades at him from underneath because he's behind here. He has a lot of cover. And he's going to be able to hold both this one and this one at the same time, which makes it a very, very strong power play. Because he could not give up this spot no matter what. This was the best spot to have on the map.
Hold right here. Relocating. Like, mount on that wall or something.
Yeah.
I'm clearing angles, making sure no one's by us. I pull out, and boom, we got him.
Someone close.
That team is pushing into red building.
In Johnny's room. In Johnny's room.
Yeah.
So we play this patiently. You know, there's no rush. We want to wait till this final circle comes out. Where is it going to move?
Do not give up that spot.
We notice that it moves off of red. Now, this poses a problem because now Gianni is in trouble because he's going to have to jump off this building. And jumping off buildings like this definitely makes you vulnerable because you can't fire back and you float slow, which it basically makes you an easy target. So imagine if all 3 of us were up there at the same time and we all had to jump off. That makes us very easy targets. It's also good to spread out and not hold one place in case things like this happen, where look at how easy it is for me and Matt to go and rotate to the next circle.
Me and Matt are going to start positioning ourselves.
Push to the
We know everything is clear already. We know where the enemy is. This is an easy rotate into the moved circle. So Gianni plays patiently, which is good. He kind of waits.
No, you're fine. Just
We're rotating in. And the moment he hears them running down, he jumps off, which is very, very good. Very good. Because no one can shoot him. They're running down. We see them push out of the building here. It's easy knocks after this.
One's down.
Johnny's on bar. He's on the high point, which is good. I'm on the low point. We're doing a lot of cross-firing. We have different angles on these guys. It's an easy wipe. And it's game over. That is the importance of playing smartly, patiently, and also consciously knowing where to rotate, where the enemies are, what positions to hold, where the high point is. And those are all things that you really have to consider when you're playing Warzone if you want to get better. Aim isn't everything. Aim is something for sure. If you have good aim, then by all means, you can kill most people in this game. But having good position, say you don't have the greatest aim, but you have very good game sense and you also have very good positioning, it kind of evens out the playing field in a way that you have that advantage over them. Makes it a lot harder for them to shoot at you, you know? So those are all things that you really do need to definitely consider when you're playing Warzone. Consciously think about these things all the time, man, when you're rotating. Always make sure that when you go somewhere, there's a purpose, like rotating off the map. Oh, let's rotate this way because this has the higher ground in the next circle. Or let's rotate this way because this part of the map has a lot more cover than us just running out in the field. Those are the things you have to really consider. So through this video, I hope you guys are able to learn something. I hope you guys are able to apply whatever I talked about in this game, and hopefully that'll allow you guys to win your next game at Warzone, man. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone watching. Have a great week. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.